Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Welcome to the Sixth Bugle Podcast. I'm your host, Rudy Ruiz, and here with the lovely Christie Hensler. Christie, how are you?
I'm great.
Great as always. Boy, I hear you got some good news here recently.
I did.
Yeah,
So,
you want to share with the group?
sure. I actually was kind of pondering. Some of you know I already have my first book out, but I was pondering writing the second one. But I wasn't expecting that I was actually going to help co-author a book with former supermodel Kathy Ireland. So it's a pretty exciting deal. It's still kind of sinking in for me. I told my kids are like, "Mom, why are you not jumping through the roof?" I'm like, well,
Right.
first of all, I was trying to keep the emotion out of it to make a good business decision, and now
Sure.
it's
Yeah.
just sinking in. So I haven't even, the title of the book's going to be Strength. And then the subtitle is going to be Crush Fear, Embrace Change, and Achieve Success. So it should be a great book full of stories of people who have overcame and have achieved things. And so I'm excited about it. I'll keep you in the loop as the details come, but I'm hoping by the end of the year, we have a hardcover book in our hands. So
That sounds great. That sounds great.
yeah,
We are all rooting for you. We know you're going to do a great
thank
job.
you.
And I mentioned that to my wife when I saw it on social media, and I said, "Hey, she's gonna work with Christy Ireland." And then I said, "She's a supermodel, you know." And my wife goes, "Well, first of all, I know that, but how do you know that?" And I'm like, "Come on, man, I'm a guy. What are you talking about? Every guy knows who Catherine Ireland is." So yeah, absolutely. So we're excited for you. We're looking forward to it. We know you're gonna do a fantastic job, and it's great that we have some connection with Kathy Ireland, right? At least
Yes.
I'll own that.
There should be a party. I should be able to get some autographs. So yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff with this. So
Sweet. That sounds
yes.
great. That sounds
So
great.
yeah, it would be exciting.
So we have some updates on the two conferences that we're having in La Crosse, Wisconsin, and also in Perrysburg. So I just want to run down a couple of things that we have in store. So let's start with La Crosse, only because I have that up. That's still going to be on starting on September 24th on a Tuesday. We have Fire Chief. Let me scroll down here. Milwaukee Fire Chief Aaron Lipsky is going to be talking about diversity. We're going to have a special guest talking about food as medicine. We also have a special guest from here in Perrysburg that talks about using food as medicine so that you can stay away from using medications for heart health, strokes, things like that. So that seems like a very up and coming issue that people are talking about, and we want to keep you well informed as far as that goes. I'm going to be talking about building your AI skills and also talking about how you can incorporate AI in writing your next grants for AFG or SAFER. So that's going to help you out quite a bit. Some of the grant writers, and when I was charging as a grant writer, we would charge anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 a grant application. We can help save your department that money and hopefully provide you with the resources to write some successful grants. And of course, Christy's going to be there hosting for the 3 days and also talking about supercharging your relational and emotional IQ. And that is for Wisconsin. Let me bring up Perrysburg here. Perrysburg, we're going to have, we also tried to reach out again to the fire administrator, Dr. Lori Moore Merrill. So we haven't gotten any word back yet. So she was willing to do that for us last year, but then she got caught up with some national emergencies. Obviously, that's going to happen. She's going to need her attention on there. So we were lucky enough to get the deputy director, Tanya Hoover. So hopefully we'll have one of them greet us for this year. We're going to have someone talk about ergonomics and fitness and how important that is for you folks. And also mentioning the grant writer using AI, and also special guest Jonathan Downs. He's an attorney, city attorney for most of the departments here in the state of Ohio. And he's going to be talking about some legal issues that most departments are dealing with right now, especially on the marijuana use. And I was recently in San Diego, California, with some fire departments there, and they're dealing a lot with marijuana use in the fire departments. And I tell you what, it's something that's going to be really interesting to focus on and things that you're going to need to know, especially for your departments. We're also planning a executive assistant, administrative assistant panel. So we have some very skilled individuals that are going to be part of the panel there and be able to answer any questions on how to deal with new fire chiefs, how to deal with chiefs that are about to retire and those types of things, and building relationships between labor and management. Recently, here in my area alone, we have seen 7 different fire chiefs that have either retired or resigned
Wow.
and have been replaced. So there's a lot of changes going on.
Mhm.
Want to make sure that we have the resources available to you, the administrative assistants, on what you can do to make things run smoother when that does happen. And of course, Christie's going to be talking about supercharging your relational and emotional IQ here in Ohio as well. So very, very exciting. We are working on developing a app for the programs, which is going to be very cool. I think in looking at its capabilities, it's going to be beneficial for a lot of our vendors and sponsors so that they can get the word out for what they're trying to market on for you folks. And also gives you an opportunity to connect with each other, to talk about where you want to go for dinner or how you want to connect afterwards and give you an opportunity to continue to chat during the conversations, to continue conversations afterwards. So that's going to be a really, really neat
Mhm.
program that we're going to incorporate there. So look forward to that. And of course, our website, we changed our website a little bit this time. Before it was the sixthbugle.com. Now it's going to be the sixthbugle.org, O-R-G. And we feel that it fits what we're trying to accomplish a little bit better to be more of an organization than commercial. And we're hoping to get that off the ground very, very soon. We're that close to getting it done. So,
Yes, we are.
we have a few more details to iron out, but it's going to be fantastic, and we're looking forward to that. That along with the podcast here, and we're going to build
Mhm.
on our social media page on Facebook, and we're going to start building up on our Instagram and so forth. So look forward to all those neat things. So very, very excited there. And so Christy, you have some things you'd like to discuss?
Yeah, I do. And I'm going to just tag along real quick on the website. So,
Okay,
just so you all know, the speakers will be on the website. And when you register on the website, you'll get an email because we have we have the podcast, we have the Facebook page, the app, a lot of things you're all trying to follow and keep up with. And we're trying to put it together in a simplified, streamlined process. So, we will make sure you get an email with everything so you know where to go for what. And it'll
good,
be very clear once that site's up. So, I'm
good,
excited.
good.
It's close. It looks good. We just need to iron out a few of the details. So
Right,
hopefully
right.
in the next couple weeks.
Good.
So yeah, so I think I had 2 different topics I was going to think about. I think I'm going to
Okay,
just go with the short nugget for right now because
okay.
everybody's busy with, and we'll do the other one next time. So I was talking to one of my coaching clients just a couple weeks ago, and she was in a transition with moving and just a lot of different life things. And she was very stressed out and overwhelmed and just like, I just can't get balanced. And she was just grasping at straws to try to feel balanced. And so the thing I have learned about balance, and I know a lot of times we strive for that. We want everything to be perfect. I want to spend this amount of time with my kids. I want to spend this amount of time with my
Sure.
spouse. I want to, but I have learned to say it in a PG way, balance is a myth. And so balance a lot of times it's never achievable. And so a better way that I have found to shift my perspective on that is to focus on the season that you're in because we're all in a different life season in our careers and we're getting ready to go into summer. Some of you have kids graduating. Some of you are, getting ready for vacations. There's all different things happening. And so if you can stop trying to make everything perfectly balanced, because you'll never achieve that, and start focusing on this is the season I'm in. Maybe it's the season for the next month. Maybe it's just the season for the summer. Maybe it's a season for the next couple of years. It doesn't really matter what the timeline is. It's just that you can recognize this is the season I'm in. And then ask yourself, what are my top 2 priorities in this season? And focus on those and give yourself some grace because maybe you're in a season where you have younger kids, maybe you're in a season you have older kids, and different things need more attention in different seasons than others. Maybe your kids are home from school in the summer, so you're going to have to spend more focused time on being a mom than you would during the school year. And so some other things may have to give. And so I think instead of stressing yourself out trying to find that, perfect balance that none of us are going to find, figure out what season am I in, recognize it, and then nail your top 2 priorities, because we can't, if you're an overachiever, and a lot of you like to try to do everything for everybody else, like it's not possible to remodel your house, learn Spanish, build a business, work a full-time job, have a great marriage, and, get really fit all in the same time. Like you just can't do that. So just, you have to decide, and I have to decide, these are my top 2 priorities in this season of my life. And that's where more of my time, energy, resources are going to go.
Right. Right. And it's fascinating you mentioned that, because I know last year we talked about a work-life balance and how do we achieve that? And I remember I was talking to my chamber group almost immediately after that, and somebody raised their hand and said, "There's no such thing as a work-life balance," and it blew my mind. Right? I thought, "Whoa, what do you mean by that?" And so we had coffee together. I said, "I want to talk to you more about that. What does that mean?" And he mentioned this exact same thing you were talking about, how you really can't do it all. And a lot of us have a tendency to think that we should be able to do it all. And then once we
Yes.
are unable to, we beat ourselves up because of it. And
Mhm.
it brings us down even further. So, we're growing here in our community here with the Sixth Bugle, and saying that we thought we were able to do that, but let's change our mindset, change the way we think about things in order to better provide us with better health and better wellness. And that's what we're here for. That's what we're here to try to accomplish here. We learn too, and we make mistakes too,
Mhm.
and we progress as well. So as we do that, we want to share that information with you and progress with you, and understand that it's okay that you may not have a what we refer to as a good work-life balance, but we understand that now it's talking about seasons. So it's just a different way of thinking about things, thinking a different way to look at things, and ultimately it's about maintaining both our physical health and our mental health.
Yeah, and I think this goes back to building on, delegating or bringing people in your life. We talked about board of directors a few calls ago.
Yeah.
If you haven't
Right.
seen that podcast or got that download, go get that podcast download. But, ask yourself, this season I'm in, who do I really need in my life right now?
Sure.
So I don't like to help my kids with their schooling. Like I'm not good at that. Like I don't remember anything from high school. I graduated with honors. I can't tell you anything about history, science. I can do math to function in my life and business. And so, Matt helps. I bring my mom in. She does grammar with the kids because, like I have a kid doing Latin. I can barely speak English, and so I just, you have to bring other people into your life that you can delegate and say, can you help me and take this off my plate? So it doesn't mean the ball has to get my kid. That doesn't mean my kids don't need to go to school for the next 2 years, but
Right.
it means that somebody else can come in and kind of fill those voids. So find those people in the season that you're in that can help you with that as well, I think.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I hope this podcast helped you in some way. And we're going to try to provide more podcasts to come at you on a regular basis. We're going to have special guests from around the country. And I've made a lot of connections, and I want to be able to share those connections with you to improve not only your life, but also your job and your with your departments, and help you become more active in part of your leadership group at your firehouse, and hopefully be able to also encourage you to network with other like-minded individuals so that it'll help you with your growth overall.
Yes.
So we want to try to incorporate the subscription here. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so that you get our regular information on a regular basis. And we hope to hear from you very, very soon. So any last words, Christy?
Oh, September is going to be here before we know it.
That's,
So,
that's
so
right.
get, as soon as that website's up, get registered, share the word. We're excited to be with you. And I think, yeah, it's going to be a great time of not just information, but networking, collaboration, all of those things. So
Right,
I'm
right.
excited.
Yeah, and the hotels are already committed, so both are very nice hotels, so we're really looking forward to it. Thank you very much for joining us today. We hope to see you again very, very soon on the Sixth Bugle podcast. Have a great day.